Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy winning Wednesday. You guys, today is a great day. I didn't sleep well last night because, honey, my left thumb was killing me, okay? Can I just tell you that? I didn't sleep well, so I woke up tired this morning, but today is going to be a great day nonetheless. Let's jump into today's topic. Today's topic is, and before I even do that, y'all, it's going to be a great day in spite of the fact that it is 38 degrees outside right now. It was raining a few minutes ago, so it's a dreary, wet, rainy, cold. I said all of that to say the same thing. It's a wet, cold day today, okay? So it's freezing, and I'm sitting in my car. For those of you that are new to watch my videos, I call it a car conversation because I'm sitting in my truck doing this video. I probably should have put a jacket on, but I caught myself running out the house. But y'all, it's cold, so I need my heat to go on and kick in. And I'm going to apologize up front because y'all know my sinus is always draining for some strange reason. Well, I know why, because I don't like to take medicine. So if you hear me sniffling a little bit throughout the video, I don't have a cold. That is why. Today's topic, this is a good one, y'all. Trust God to control your tomorrows. Can I say that one more time? Trust God to control your tomorrows. You know, I thought about this because so often we spend so much time worrying about tomorrow. And when I say tomorrow, I'm talking about tomorrow as in Thursday, tomorrow as in next week, tomorrow as in next month, next year, whatever that thing is, it's not today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm grouping all of that in there. And we spend so much time worrying about tomorrow. And the reality is that worrying about it is not really going to help you because your worrying can't fix anything. You understand what I'm saying? We worry for no real reason because our worrying still is not going to control what tomorrow is going to bring. And so this quote that I'm going to share with you is by Bishop T.D. Jakes. And y'all, and it's a powerful one. Lord have mercy. He says, worrying nullifies prayer. I'm going to say that one more time because I need you to hear me. Worrying nullifies prayer. So if you're going to pray, then you need not worry. Or if you're going to worry, don't bother praying. Because once you pray and you begin to worry, you cancel out that prayer that you just prayed up, okay? Save yourself some time if you're going to worry. And then he says, so over and over, Jesus tells us not to worry. It's not a request, it's a command. So when Jesus tells us not to worry, he's not requesting that you don't. He's telling you not to worry, for he holds tomorrow in his hand. So you don't need to worry about that. That's not your concern. That is his concern. Come on, somebody. Worrying cancels out prayer. Worrying is to have faith in the negative. Worry is faith turned inside out. Worry is responding to the negative voice louder than you do the positive. Your thought life is infected by worry. You can't make sound decisions when you're worried. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you cannot make sound decisions when you choose to worry. You just can't. And if you think you can, you know, I take my hat off to you, but you really can't. I'm sorry, something on my glasses, a string or something. But you really cannot. You're not making sound decisions when you're worrying. He says anxiety is literally worrying about tomorrow. Worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet. And that's the interesting thing. We worry about something that hasn't even happened. I've seen people literally worry about something and that thing didn't even turn out the way that they thought it was going to turn out. So they did all that worrying, and for what? You stressed yourself out for days, for weeks, worrying about something that didn't even happen the way you thought it was going to happen. That's a waste of time that you can't get back. He says, you want to know everything, you control freak. He says, you profess to walk by faith and not by sight, and yet you want to know everything. And I get it. You know, we all want to know everything, but the reality is it's not for us to know. God knows, and that's all that matters. And he says, You want to know everything about something that hasn't even happened yet. He says, you're making yourself anxious. You're making yourself sick. You're making yourself hard to live with. Come on, somebody. Let me put a pin right there, because we all know somebody that worries all the time, and nobody wants to be around that person because there's such a worry ward. It just brings down the energy in the room. Come on now. And if that's you, I need you to cut it out. He says, God isn't always going to give you the details. You just have to walk to a place that he will show you. You have to resist the temptation to worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow belongs to God. 1 Kings 19, 1 through 8, we see that Jezebel sent a worrying messenger to Elijah. Y'all remember that story, right? And if you don't remember the story, then make sure you go and read it. And Jezebel sent the spirit of worry to Elijah, is what she did. And it would only work if she threatened him. She didn't kill him. She just threatened him. Isn't it funny how there will always be somebody to bring you back news to worry you? I mean, always. So let me ask you this question. What is threatening you? What is threatening you right now? And I don't need you to share that with me. I want you to think about what that thing is that's threatening you right now, that has you so worried that you are almost on pins and needles right now because you're worried about whatever that thing is. I need you to think about that. And then once you think about it and you identify it, I want you to promise me that you're going to let it go. I want you to promise me that you are going to let it go, stop worrying about it, and let God do what he does best. Okay? Because you're worrying about is doing nothing but making you sick. It's not going to fix that problem. It's just going to make you sick. And so Jezebel sent that message to Elijah. Now, this is idolatrous Jezebel. Come on, somebody. Prophet-killing Jezebel. Praise-killing Jezebel. Faith-killing Jezebel. Comfort-killing Jezebel. Confidence-disrupting Jezebel will always send you a message, and this is the message. May the gods deal with me, be it ever so severely, if by this time tomorrow I do not make your life like one of them, like one of them other prophets I killed. Now, this is the message that Jezebel sent to Elijah. Now, Elijah was afraid and he ran for his life. Elijah, who didn't run from anything, ran from worry. Can you imagine having that person who nothing bothers them, nothing makes them afraid, but when you threaten them like this, oh, they start to run from worry? That was Elijah. Elijah, when he came to Ber Shiba in Judea, he left his servant there because sometimes you can't take anybody with you. Yeah, I'm telling you, sometimes when you go on these journeys that God would have you go on, you can't take anybody with you. You got to go down that road by yourself. So he went into the wilderness and he came upon a juniper tree. He sat down and he prayed that he might die. He says, Bishop Jake says, I want to speak to every person who's trapped and so worried that you want to die. And you know, let me put a pin right here, because that's a sad reality in which we live. There are a lot of people who are so worried about things. Some of you are worried about how you're going to pay your mortgage this month, how you're going to pay your cell phone bill, how you're going to pay the daycare provider, how you're going to pay that car note, that credit card bill, how you're going to do whatever it is that you need to do. You are so worried about that thing that you said, Lord, I would just rather die because I don't want to have to worry about this. I don't know about you all, and I get it. I do. Trust me when I tell you, I get it. But life has too much to offer for you to give it up because you're worrying about something that you can't even control. Pray about it, leave it in God's hands, and watch him work it out. Tomorrow, he says, belongs to God. You were worried about yesterday, and now it's trying to get you to kill tomorrow, and you don't know what a day will bring. She said, if I don't take you out in the next 24 hours, May the gods deal with me. So she says, I'm going to kill you just like I killed the others. And he started running. And he got up under the tree and he said, I'm going to die. He said, God, I want you to take me. He said, did you hear what I said? He didn't want Jezebel's folks to take him out. He said, God, I want to die, but I want you to take me. He was very specific about that. He said, I have had enough, Lord. How many of you have said, I've had enough, Lord? I can raise my hand because I've been down that road before where I said, Lord, I've had enough. I can't deal with this. I can't take it. And here's the thing. If you think about the times that you've said that and the fact that you're still here, you can handle it. You're stronger than you believe that you really are, because you've been down this road before and God has kept you. He kept you then, so he's going to keep you now. So why are you allowing whatever it is that's going on in your life to worry you? I mean, think about that. Why are you letting it worry you? You've been down this road before. It may not be the exact same thing, but God kept you. He kept you in the past and he's going to keep you now. So I need you to let go of worrying about whatever it is that's bothering you. Let it go. Elijah is a day's journey into his travels, and he doesn't notice that Jezebel is a liar. So for him to be alive to complain is a miracle, because she said tomorrow. Come on, somebody. I will take your life. And he ought to be shouting up under the juniper tree instead of talking about wanting to die, because 24 hours later, guess what? He's still here because he's complaining under the juniper tree. See, that's why I keep telling y'all sit and worry about stuff that you don't need to worry about. You need to be shouting and rejoicing and thanking God in advance for what he's going to do. So Bishop Jakes goes on to say, let me tell you, some of you are worried about stuff you ought to be shouting about, because if the devil had his way, he would have took you out by now, but because tomorrow belongs to God. He said, I want someone who is standing in favor to give God some glory right now. He says, I want someone that the enemy tried to take out and threaten you all your life, and you are still here. You need to praise God like you are grateful. And I mean, you need to truly praise God. Keep reminding yourself that tomorrow belongs to God. And again, that quote that I just shared was by Bishop T.D. Jakes. It will be in the description box. You guys, I cannot, and I had to share all of that with you because I get it. Life gets heavy sometimes. Life gets heavy. Life happens, and we worry. That's just what we do. That's a part of who we are. And anybody that says that they don't worry from time to time, you're telling a tale. I love the Lord just like everybody else. I love the Lord. I study his word and all of that great stuff. But there are times when I do allow things to worry me. But just as soon as it does, I catch myself. I said, Michelle, stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? You done sat there and you done prayed and you asked God to take care of whatever that situation is. So why are you going to sit here and worry about it? Why are you going to sit here and get yourself all worked up, stressing over it? If you were going to do that, you shouldn't have wasted your time praying about it. So that's why I said you can be the best Christian in the world, know the Bible from cover to cover, but every now and then there are going to be times when we all worry. But what I'm trying to impress upon you is that you can stop worrying, because God has seen you through some difficult times. Now, some of you all probably have some stories that would just make my eyeballs fall out of my head if you told it to me, with the stories that God has brought you over and you're still here. So if he kept you before, he's going to keep you now. He's in the keeping business. Come on, somebody. So you don't need to walk around here worrying. I know people right now, that worry about so many things. And in my mind, and because sometimes, and I get it, when people going through things, sometimes they just want you to listen. They don't want you to to add anything. They just want you to listen. But trust and believe, in my mind, in my heart, I'm praying, Lord, move on them that they would not worry. You know, take care of whatever that thing is that they're worrying about, and put their mind at ease so that they don't have to go around worrying about it. Because all that's going to do is just eat away at you, and you definitely don't want that. And so when you begin to worry about tomorrow, make sure you get out your Bible and you read Matthew 6:34, where it says, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow. Y'all know that scripture, right? For tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So I have a few takeaways for you, and then I'm going to leave you be. So, number one, when you begin to worry, remember that God has always kept you. I need you all to promise me that you will do that. Whenever you start to worry, doesn't matter whether you're worrying about something that's big, small, or in between, I need you to remember that God has always kept you. He always has, and he always will. His word tells us that, okay? You remind yourself that God has always kept you. I promise you, you won't worry. Number two, when you begin to worry, I need you to count your blessings and name them one by one. Whenever worry creeps upon you, that's when you sit back and you count your blessings. You sit back and you say, okay, you know what, Lord, forgive me, for I am worrying about whatever that thing is you're worrying about. And then you start thinking about all the times that God has blessed you. All the times that he came through to fulfill whatever that need was that you had. Start thinking about those things. Count them. You go, okay, Lord, I remember when you did this. I remember when you did that. I remember when you did the other. And you keep going and you keep counting till you run out of fingers, and you might need to use your toes, and you need to start making marks on paper. Count your blessings. Because when you can name all of those blessings, and you up to maybe 50 blessings at this point, and you're worried about this one thing over here, but you got 50 things on this list, honey, you need not worry. You need not worry at all, because that one little thing on this list and all that God has done for you, like I said, if he's done it before, he'll do it again. Number three, when you find yourself starting to worry, I want you to get off social media. I know what you're thinking, but Michelle, wow, what does that have to do with anything? Let me tell you something. Part of the reason why some of you all worry is because you're on social media too daggone much. Do you know that if you're not careful, and I get it, we all need to listen to the news, watch the news, all of that, but if you're not careful, all of that negative stuff that you get on Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9, or whatever channel you watch your news on, that stuff starts to infiltrate your body. It starts to infiltrate your mind. And so now you're worrying about stuff that has nothing to do with you. And I'm going to tell you something. I used to be that person. I used to be that person where I would spend my time worrying about other people's problems and other people's issues. And it had nothing to do with Michelle personally at all, but I worried about what they were going through. I tried to figure out how to help them fix their problem. And finally I said, Lord, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. Lord, this is the problem that my friend is having, and I'm just asking that you would fix it, oh God. That's exactly what I had to start doing, because all that worrying, all that was doing was messing with me. And God said, Michelle, I didn't ask you to worry about it. You took that on yourself. So don't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself, because you're doing something I didn't even ask you to do. So sometimes you have to turn off social media, because there's so much stuff going on. Every time you turn around, on every platform you can think of, we're seeing where somebody has gotten hurt, somebody has gotten killed. You know, this is going on, that's going on, the other's going on, and it just gets to be too much. It just gets to be too much. So every now and then, just turn off social media, honey. Get you a good book, a cup of tea, and just relax, or take a nap, because y'all know that's my solution to everything. Number 4, when you find yourself starting to worry, I want you to pray. As soon as you start to worry, I need you to say, oh, nope, I'm not doing this. And that's when you go to God in prayer and you say, Lord, I'm coming to you as humbly as I know how. For you know what's on my heart and what's on my mind. And then you begin to tell him, because not that he doesn't already know, because trust and believe, God already knows what it is that you're worrying about, but he still wants us to come to him anyway. So I need you to start praying about your situation. And here's the thing, pray about it, trust that God is going to fix it, believe it, and then start acting like he's already done it. Did you hear what I said? Pray about it, believe he's going to fix it, thank him in advance, and start acting like he's already done it. I promise you, you won't have a need to pray. You will not have a need to pray at all. Because here's the thing, if you pray about it and you don't believe that God can fix your situation, he probably won't. Because where's your faith? That's why we go to God in prayer, because we go to him believing that he's going to fix whatever it is that we need fixed. So I need you to do that for me. And you should be praying. Honestly, prayer should have been the first thing on this list. But you still know that you need to do it. And then number 5, when life starts to get heavy and you begin to worry, I need you to remember most times worrying yields nothing. Then I talked about that earlier in this car conversation, how sometimes you can sit and worry about stuff and then you find, you know what, I was worried about nothing. Because that thing worked out better than I could have thought. Or the thing that you were worried about didn't even happen. So you've got to understand that sometimes your worrying will yield nothing. And you have wasted your time that you cannot get back, worrying about something that you didn't need to worry about anyway. Because what you thought was going to happen, it didn't happen. So that's why I'm encouraging you not to worry. So these 5 steps real quick, and I'm going to leave you be. I said, when you begin to worry, number 1, remember that God has always kept you. Number 2, count your blessings and name them one by one. Number 3, get off social media. Number 4, pray. Number 5, remember that most times worrying yields absolutely nothing. It is a waste of your time and your energy and your mental space, okay? That's it, that's all. So we're going to stop worrying, right? And even if you begin to worry, it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. Catch yourself immediately and say, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, Lord. I'm going to let you handle it. See, because I'm going to tell you this, and I promise you I'm going to let you be. But one thing that I do know for certain, or as I like to say, one thing's for certain, 2 things for sure. God is an all-knowing God. He already knows. He knows what you've been through. He knows what you're going through. He knows what's coming up down the road. But he allows you to go through it anyhow. If he allows you to go through it, I should say, it's because he knows that you have the strength and the capacity to handle it. He knows that you are going to take him along with you on that ride, and you're going to get through that. God doesn't put more on us than we can handle. Y'all know that. Now, I know sometimes it feels like you're like, Lord, I don't know what thinking you have going on here. I don't know what made you think I can handle this, but this is too much. That's why we saw Elijah wanting to die underneath that juniper tree, because he thought he couldn't handle it. But see, God knew he could handle it. That's why he allowed him to go through that. So all I'm saying to you is, if that worry comes on, you tell yourself, look, I've been down this road before. Satan, you are a liar. You need to go sit down somewhere, because I'm not going to allow you to make me think that I can't handle this, because I can handle it. And watch how things turn out. Listen, you guys, that's it. That's my time. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for joining me on this wet winning Wednesday, which is still, it's going to be a great day no matter what. If this is if this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Y'all know I love you and I miss you, and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day, worry free, because remember, I've given you the instructions and the tools that you need to get past worrying, because we're not doing that anymore. And besides, worrying gives us wrinkles, and we don't want wrinkles prematurely, right? I know I don't. So we're going to stop worrying so much. Everything I share with you will be in the description box. If you need to go back and refer to it, please do so. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? I mean, really, what are you waiting for? Go and hit that subscribe button. Tap that bell so that you don't miss anything when I put up new videos. If you're new here, I do a car conversation every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So please come back and join me again on Friday and again on Saturday, because I try to bring you all topics that I think are needed. One of the things that I do is I pray about everything, okay? I pray about everything. And so I ask God, Lord, what is it that you would have me to share with the people? That's how I come up with the topics that I shared. So always know that if there's a topic that you would like for me to talk about, you could always reach out to me. My contact information is in the description box. So reach out to me and let me know what it is that you would like for me to talk about. And, you know, if it's something that I can do, I will gladly make that happen for you. Okay, because my goal is to make sure that you all know, not only do I love you, but you know that I'm here to help motivate you. I want to keep you going, because I get it. Life gets heavy. Life gets so heavy sometimes, and you're like, Lord, I'm a strong woman, but I don't know how much more I can hold on. I truly don't. And I'm just keeping it real with you all, because I'm human. And I know you all feel the same way from time to time. But we're going to make it, y'all. We are going to make it. We were designed to win, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So listen, y'all know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you all to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do about it, because I'm always going to love you no matter what. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day, and I want you to remember that you have to trust God to control your tomorrows. It is out of your hands, but God can take care of it. Love you all. We'll talk again on Friday.